I can hear their energy shift. Um, most of the time when we're about to face something, this is another challenge that comes up, I find with coaching. When people are about to take on a new opportunity, I don't look at things as challenges but everything's an opportunity.
Gotcha.
And there may be some doubt, there may be fear, doubt,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of hesitation. And I always ask people, well, I'm interested, I'm curious,
Mm-hmm.
so there's no judgment. And I like to use the phrase, I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, when in your life were you faced with the same situation when you were about to try something new?
Mm.
And the person thinks back and goes, yeah, I forgot about that. I remember when I first got my job.
Wow.
I was a little nervous and I went for it. So that's the difference with therapy. It's like I don't want you to go back and, well, when else did you feel like a failure?
Mm.
Go back and remind, tell me, when were you successful? When you were faced with the same situation?
Right.
And then all of a sudden the client just starts thinking about,
Gotcha.
oh yeah, I forgot about that and this. And so it's moving people forward. So they know that, what they want to do next is attainable.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So then you don't tell people the
What to
next.
do? No.
So you don't. You kind of guide them. You let them see. This is deep.
This is
Because when I think of, and I'm gonna let you. When I think of professional businesswoman coach, and when you think of a coach, I'm thinking of like, my coaches used to draw up plays in football and basketball, and this is what we want you to do and execute it.
right.
But this is a little different.
It's a little different. It's a little different. And as I was reading, it seemed as if, Donna, you have the prescription laid out to assist someone in getting them organized when it comes to their business
And their lives.
and their lives.
See,
And you kind of lead them to.
Yes. If you look at things like an island,
Mhm.
like it's about the destination. It's not the boat that I travel on.
Gotcha. Very good way to put it.
See, I have.
Whoa.
I look at what I have is I have
Whoa.
a toolbox.
That's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I have a toolbox, and I got a bunch of tools in there.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the client, what the client is having some challenges with, then I know what tools to use. If they're not sure, then let's look at your entire life. Like life is like a wheel,
Yes.
and it should be balanced.
Exactly.
And so I may ask them, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your level of satisfaction in all these areas?
So I said prescription. What I meant was recipe. You have a recipe to transition people into being successful, things of that nature.
And it's their definition of success.
Right.
I don't know what it is. They will have an opportunity to define what does success mean to them.
Yeah, and like what you're saying. So I see what she does is that the reason why she lets it come from them, because it's more when people come to conclusions on their own, it's better that they see it.
Right. Is that
am I right?
No,
it's kind of better that they see it than it's like you're pointing it out. They might not necessarily see what you're pointing out, even though they'll go, "Oh, I see what you're saying." So she kind of leads them. They see it, and then she leads them along the way. So is that why? Because I see you've implemented meditation as part of your guidance.
Yeah.
Why meditation,
right.
Donna? Why?
It depends on the session.
Okay.
Like a person's gonna meet with me, every week,
Mm-hmm.
and when they jump on the call, again, it's up to them. I ask them permission. I ask permission.
Mm.
Would you like to do some centering?
Mm.
They may say, yeah, I just came in from work. Okay, great. If they care not to, then we don't. But I ask permission.
Mm. Mm.
So pretty much the on your website you seem to have a lot of quotes, and that actually helps that person that's looking for this service as well, is those quotes. One of the amazing quotes that was on your website, and I just want to mention it. It says, each moment describe who we are and gives us the opportunity to decide if that's who we want to be.
Correct. And that goes into, the energy, catabolic energy and anabolic energy. How aware am I? My own self-awareness.
Right.
How does a person show up when they're stressed? May be different how they show up in normal situations. So going back to my assessment, I'm a master practitioner in doing energy assessments, so that a person can really see where catabolic energy is interfering with their level of success as they define success.
Gotcha.
When you raise your level of awareness, you can shift levels of energy in any given moment. I mean, sometimes, like, it's okay to, I want to win, and if you win, that's okay.
Right.
If I'm competing in a sport, I want to win.
Right.
Right.
Level 5 energy is win-win. This does not make sense unless it benefits both of us. That's a very anabolic way of looking at life.
Right.
Sometimes anger. I may be angry. Let's say if I'm walking across the street and on a rainy day and somebody drives by and splashes me with water. Well, yeah, that energy level of being angry is okay in that moment.
In that moment.
It's normal.
Right.
I'm not going to be happy. You just
Right.
screwed up my suit. I'm going to say the F word,
Right.
but I know. So it's just being aware. And I always used to say that I used to be so asleep to life, thinking I was awake to life.
Okay.
I was asleep to my own behavior. I was asleep to how I reacted. So in the moment, and nobody's perfect.
No one is perfect.
Right.
Perfect,
Right.
But I get a wonderful opportunity to show up and make adjustments along the way.
On the fly. Yeah.
We all have, catabolic energy that shows up, but it's how long it stays.
It's how long it stays.
If I go, I don't know, if I go after something and I don't get what I want, well, there's a little level of victimization that might go on. Damn, I wanted that, whatever.
There I go again. I failed again.
How long do I recognize that and shift out of it and go, okay, so what's the opportunity?
And what did I learn from this? Right.
So you have
so coaching enables a person to be able to do that. But a person, I think there's a space for coaching. There's a lot of people that are walking around that really don't know where to go to be better versions of themselves.
Right.
And they know whether they want to be a better version of themselves.
Right.
A lot of times people are in a holding pattern because it's better than it was. So I'm going to kind of kick here for a while and bask in it.
The bed of comfortability.
But stay there for a very long time because the fear
of leaving that comfortability
is daunting.
Right.
So that's where a coach
That's
can
where a coach come in.
to say, what is it costing you to stay in this space that you've created, that you've been telling yourself is comfortable? What would you like instead?
And you would determine whether they need mental therapy or literally need coaching,
Yes.
because there is a difference between the two.
Yeah, some people like, I can't help. I mean, if it's something that, is clinical in nature, I wouldn't even try to mess around with, because I'm talking about somebody's life.
Right.
I'm not going to pretend that I can work with everybody. But it would become apparent. But I haven't had that experience. I will say that I've had women. I'll give you an example. A woman who wanted to go for her certification to become a project manager.
Okay.
Very bright woman. But one of the things that was holding her back, and through a series of questions, she revealed that there are some questions that she would need to, some exercises or some tests around math. And she's always told herself that she can't do math. So that's her belief growing up, that she can't
Do math.
And she was able to be okay with that belief because, she grew up in a generation where, women didn't have to really do math. So that kind of belief worked for a while. So I asked her, I said, okay, well, now, what's different now than then? Well, the world's changed and women are going after jobs and math is a requirement. I said, well, what is it costing you to have this belief that you can't do math? She says, well, it's costing me a better income because if she gets her certification, she'd get a better job.
Expensive belief.
Yeah. And so through a series of coaching sessions, she went from I can't do math to seeing what it was costing her, seeing the pain, to I would do math. And that was a big leap, and that was good, and I celebrate. See, the one thing that coaches do too, we celebrate a win. I don't care how small it is, celebrate.
Gotcha.
Right.
She went from I can't do math to I would do math to I can do math. And so how are you going to hold yourself accountable that you can do math?
Right.
You're setting it. I don't even ask, how do you want to be accountable to me? I let you decide if you want to be accountable to me. But how do you want to be accountable?
Yeah, I like that.
And she says, well, every time I take a course, I'll text you that I did it, and I'll email you when I get the certification back from the school. She also started going on YouTube, and she found a series of tutorials.
Okay.
Now, this is somebody that went from can't do math to would do math to can do math.
Yeah.
So that's just a little snippet of the benefits of coaching. Is challenge the belief. I have to challenge my own that I'm too old to work this hard. Well, what's it costing me? It's costing me to be able to help other people.
Right.
It's costing me to have the income that I want, so that I'm not sitting around because I'm in retirement and I have no way to go nowhere.
Right.
Yo, listen, it's amazing because beliefs are expensive. Beliefs could be expensive, right? And beliefs are also, the root of the limitations that I put on myself.
Right.
And so, I was talking about it when we were coming in, that a lot of times the process, and I mentioned a lot, from my head to my heart to my hands, and you explained that process that she went through. A lot of times I don't see the bondage that I'm in, because I have an idea and a concept based on past experiences, Jeff.
Right.
and Donna,
Mhm.
of who and what I am, and what I can do. And my past isn't a clear. I can learn from past experiences,
Right.
but it's not a written in stone projection
Mhm.
of who and what I can become.
I like to call that assumptions. You're assuming because the experiences that you had
In the past.
it's going to be the same way the next time.
Right.
I mean, that's the first thing that comes to our minds. As I mean, even though we in a leadership role, because we own businesses, we had failed on certain levels,
Mhm.
you know. But what I come to realize is failure actually helps you if you put your mind to it to be able to grow. But from listening to what you do, it even tells me that even people like us in these leadership roles could use some of that coaching as well, because there's certain things that we sometimes, because we got so much going on in our everyday lives, we sit down sometimes. It just be so much that we kind of like sitting ourselves in a dark place sometimes. We don't know where to go. You know, and as people like us, we probably struggle through those things, and we always feel like we got it and not even know it.
And you mentioned leadership. Everybody's a leader, because we have to lead ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say leadership, that applies to every
right.
one of us.
Wow.
You know, another. We talked about assumptions. We talked about limited beliefs. Fear is a big one as well. And the thing with fear that I like to call it the gremlin, that inner critic that
The
shows up
gremlin.
when you least suspect it. Basically, it shows up because it thinks it's helping us. It's protecting us from something that perhaps we needed protection from in the past. But the thing is, we never tell it that we don't need protecting anymore.
Yeah, I don't need you anymore.
It keeps showing up.
Yeah,
And so, know, I don't get angry.
Yeah.
I just have it do something else.
Yes.
I got this.
Yes. Yes. We have we have inner protection mechanisms that are there to keep us from experiencing the full brunt of a devastating situation. And it's like sometimes I have to tell that part of my mind, listen, I don't need you right now.
Exactly. Go away.
Let me let me experience this pain. I tell people who I have conversations with, like you saw me in Dunkin' Donuts just now. I'm like a junkie for these conversations, right? And I see them and I go after them. Something's happening to me. I can't explain. And it's like I have powerful conversations with people. My children be like, Daddy, we're online in the mall. Don't do this right here, right now. I can't. And I start talking deep with people.
Well, that's why you're doing what you're doing, because you found your passion.
Oh, and I tell people to embrace the pain, right? Embrace it and take it in, because it's really, the pain is okay. And you talked about, it was something that you was talking about, how getting people to see the disappointment of the failure and then moving on. Because what I find is, and what we conceive as failure, because then did I really fail, or did I just not pass this time? Right? It's what my belief is. How long am I going to stay stuck on something that happened last Tuesday? Because that was last Tuesday. It's out of the now. And you said that you get people to see what they need to do, and then, okay, let's move on from here. I was talking to a group of young guys, and we were outside of the business. We were standing on the corner. I like roll. I'll be watching you, OG, and you be doing your thing, and I'm like, OG, I ain't that old, but they say
wait, OG stands for old guy.
or original gangster, or whatever, and
you guys like that better.
Yeah, I gotta see.
I never thought of that.
So they said, yo, man, what advice would you give me as somebody who's looking to get into business? Because they were talking about different businesses, good kids that they wanted to get into. And I said to them, I would say, I would encourage you to make a lot of mistakes and to fail a lot. And they were like, and I said, because everything that you see what I have, but Donna, they don't see all the mistakes.
Yeah, they would never see that.
They don't see all the nights me and Jeff talk. Oh, Jeff, I messed up with this. But it's through it. You can't be afraid. And I think that I think that's what paralyzes people in stepping out into the unknown. That they want to figure out what it is they're gonna do and map out how it's gonna work out, and it don't go like that.
Right.
I worked with a client that she needed to have everything work out precisely because she didn't want people to know where she was struggling because of this, I guess, pride.
Right.
And so she took on a lot of things so that she'd make sure that she was constantly doing something, but she was spreading herself too thin, so she was failing or not being the best that she can be in all areas because she knew that if she kept doing a lot of things that she was going to be successful in something.
Gotcha.
And it was important to her so that people can see that she was successful, but it was costing her. She was stressed.
Oh,
wow.
And so she was able to see that the journey in pursuing greatness is just as important as achieving it.
Wow. The
So
journey.
I love what I do. You know that what I love is when I can hear a person have that aha moment.
Right.
I mean,
it's nothing like it.
It's awesome.
So my question for you, and one of my closing questions for you is, because I could talk to you all day. You're somebody who has helped me along the way. Listen, you've nurtured me and just watching, I'm continuing to watch your journey of evolution. And so are you.
I didn't see this. I didn't see this 3 years ago. I didn't see it 5 years ago, and I damn sure didn't see it 10 years ago. I truly believe that was God speaking to me when I asked those two questions: Am I living in my truth? Am I living a purposeful life?
And then a purposeful life. Y'all hear that question? Am I living in my truth? And am I living a purposeful life? I'm going to put that on here. So how has this helped you most? What has your own personal, emotional, spiritual, and mental, because that's what it comes back to. You know, I had to go there with you. Look, because we do a lot.
Right.
And Donna, we have a lot of responsibility, and people like me and you who give ourselves to others. But what about you in this process?
You know, it's interesting. I don't feel drained. There's a difference between being driven and being led. It's just like this, what's happening today. Like yesterday, let me go even further back. Okay, I knew that I wanted to start marketing my coaching services, and my idea, and it was not a bad idea, because I was looking to barter coaching services with a marketing professional, a woman who's a marketing person.
Okay.
And I put the word out, and nothing was coming back in a timely fashion. And it's like, okay, I'm ready to do this. And so I worked in the space. I worked my day job. I worked for the Public Relations Society of America. I'm not a PR person, but for the last 17 years, I've been around the industry. And so I kind of sort of know what it entails, what I should do marketing. So I knew that I wanted to do videos.
Okay.
And so you know, I did the best that I could with Movie Maker. You know, I set it up and my cat was on the table, so I had to shout out to my cat.
The
Like
cats.
that was all part of it. Hey, sissy, you know. And I showed it to my nephew and my brother-in-law, who are both videotape editors at
Right.
NBC.
Mhm.
And so my nephew was like, Auntie, I'll do your videos for you. Did a badass opening credit, picked some great music.
Nice.
Wow.
So then I went live I posted the video on Facebook, and you know, for those of you who are not really that into like all this social network, you gotta like Instagram is only a minute long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you
Yeah.
gotta have two versions of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
One with the full message, and then one, you know, that's short. So now even when I
Right.
do my videos, I have to make sure that I have a place where I can cut it naturally so that
Gotcha.
a minute encapsulates a
The-
strong message.
The message, right?
And so then this happens today.
Mhm.
So to make a long story real short, is with a full-time job and marketing my business and you know coaching clients,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a demanding job. I work for the CEO of my organization and the board of directors. So
Okay.
I travel with them to board meetings,
Nice.
you know, and I am a staff liaison on
Mhm.
committees,
Nice.
governance, and the committee that recruits boards. So it's not like my day job. I just sit back and just like chill and do the Fred Flintstone. But I tell you, you know, like when you're doing what you love to do, and you're really tapped in spiritually,
Mhm.
you know, God makes all this happen. I
Yes.
couldn't have asked for this exposure,
Yes.
you know, and an opportunity to,
Right.
you know, to let people know, you know, what coaching does. Because a lot of people, either if they have a problem, they're in a 12-step program.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got a traumatic
Mhm.
problem, they're in therapy. But there's so many people that are operating without a map or a compass. And so that's
Interesting.
why IPEC, there's a lot of us, but there's a lot of people that we can coach. So there was a question you had asked.
I'm glad you touched on iPad because I wanted to ask. I thought it was very important. With your, like I said, your background is so extensive. I'm sure there's quite a number of people that might want to follow your footsteps and want to be able to seek those type of same credentials. IPEC, will you touch on IPEC a bit? It's Institution for Professional Excellence for Coaching.
Yes, IPEC, IPEC. You know, I would tell anyone to, you know, do your research. That's what I did.
Mhm.
I you know, went online and I got information from different organizations, but
Mhm.
this particular one resonated with me. Um, I like the idea that it was about coaching around energy.
Right.
I don't have experience with other schools. I know that there's some great coaches out there that do
Right.
not come from IPEC.
This is a
Okay.
5-star school, from what I was reading.
Well, yes, it is.
5-star school. So this is one of the best.
We come from the best.
This is one of the best of the best.
Well, I didn't know. Thank you for sharing. But yeah, you know, and it's you know, if a person really wants to get the tools, there is, like any profession, you know,
Mhm.
I don't recommend anyone to just, you know, call themselves something if they are not really grounded in you know, the technique. Because I tell you, in the beginning, I couldn't ask an empowering question to save my life. And before we close, I'm gonna get you an empowering question.
Hit us. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, wait.
Get my own little coaching
Okay,
session
so-
going.
This is a closed-ended question.
Okay.
Is
Let's
that
go.
important? Is that important to you? You're gonna say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay. Why is that important to you?
It's important to me because I think it would inspire others.
So you see the difference? If I just say is that important to you? You're going to give me yes or no. But if I put the why in front, so why is that important to you?
It gets you to look internally.
Gotcha.
Do you have to think that over?
Sometimes.
So why do you have to think that over?
Because I'm not too sure.
No, I saw his.
You saw him. His whole face changed, right?
Wow. You got any more?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You under the gun. Yeah, listen, I'm stepping back right here.
Are you limiting yourself?
No.
Where are you limiting yourself?
I'm not.
Well, that's fantastic. So you also have to congratulate people. That's great that you don't feel that you're limiting yourself. So tell me, I'm curious, where do you feel the areas of your life that you're successful?
I want to say business.
Okay. And what do you mean by business?
Making sure that people have jobs.
Okay, that's great. I admire you for that. And so how do you specifically help people to have jobs?
Well, I would interview them,
Okay.
see if they're the right fit. And if they are the right fit, I would actually look to hire them or fit them in a place where maybe might be more of a better fit for them.
Okay. Right. So that's just some of, like, what do you mean by business?
Mm-hmm.
Because that can mean different things to different people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that important to you? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going nowhere with that. But, why is that important? Where? Who, what, when, where, how?
Right.
And that was just real general, but I'm pretty sure it continues because everything the person's saying is also you're putting that in your mental Rolodex to kind of use down the line when you're asking other questions.
Because they're like, well, I never asked myself that. And so I give people space. That's another thing. I don't interfere with the person's space.
It's sort of like asking what's your weakness and what's your, those type of questions.
Whatever the question, I wait. Because I saw
Mhm.
your face when I asked you certain questions that are over the phone. I can't see your facial expressions, but
Right.
in your silence is because you're processing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I give you that time
Right.
Yeah.
to do that. So there's no threatening. I also don't say, oh, yeah, I understand. How can I understand? I'm not you.
Right.
It's understandable if you're going through something the way you described it.
Gotcha.
But I don't profess to understand.
Gotcha.
Who am I to jump in your box and act like I know?
But do that processing get you to believe that this person needs the help in terms of coaching?
The thing, you asked about the spiritual component in this. I trust the process. I don't know where a coaching session, where we'll land. I will ask, how are you going to, if you're a client, how do you measure if we were successful or not?
Whoa.
What is your measure? How would you measure if we were successful as how?
Wow. So it's a constant tool and experience of them
It's empowering
empowering people,
because questions are empowering. Questions lead to inner discoveries,
right?
And it's through, sometimes we have to sort through and past and move things around and lift and uncover.
Right. And if you know how you want to measure if you had a successful coaching call, um, what do you feel you need to address on this call
To get to that level.
So you again determine, and then let's say if you say, well, I want X, Y, and Z to happen. Okay, so between X, Y, and Z, which one is more important?
Mm-hmm.
And you say X. Okay, well, that's the one we'll talk about.
Gotcha.
So you figured it out. You came on the call. You did some meditation if you were a little flustered, but no, you want to jump in. So what do we want to do today? How are we going to measure success?
Right.
And so do you find that at a lot of times people, you might ask them questions about something,
Mhm.
but they don't really come, because a lot of questions I can't really answer on the spot. It's going to take me
It's gonna
some
take you-
days
you gotta
to
process.
sit with it.
And
And
so that might be an action item for next week.
I mean,
Okay, it's like, okay, so let's say if there was a question that it's like, wow, I really don't know. Okay, so maybe there's some brainstorming. Let's come up with some ideas on, maybe it's something of how you're going to get something done. Oh my God, I don't know where to begin. Okay, well, let's brainstorm. How about some ways you think? I might help a little bit.
mhm.
Okay, so between
this got me thinking.
Wow.
Right now. I got some
I mean,
stuff.
between this week and next week, what do you feel you can get done?
It brings me to start thinking like,
I got some stuff.
I mean,
You're moving forward.
you're moving forward. But I
Forward.
mean, it also brings me to think, Donna, like, I mean, how could you determine how many sessions somebody need?
Well, they sign up. You can sign up for 3 months. 90 days is usually
Typical.
to change any habit, to change,
Okay.
to see some progress.
Yes. That's a
people
season.
sign up for
It's a season. 4 seasons.
3-month package.
3-month package.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say if that person needed more time,
They can sign on for 6 months, or they can go month to month.
but you would determine how much time that person need based upon,
No, they're
Mhm.
determining that.
They would determine
She
that?
leaves it all to them, bro.
They're determining
It's
that.
all up to them. This is their journey.
I don't get
But-
in a box because let's say
This is
I'm
their journey.
coaching you, and I have the same problem. You know how easy it is if you was a
But-
girl to say, "Girl, yes, I know." I don't jump in the box, and I might have to sit on my hands and not jump in the box because it's not about me.
She's a professional.
So basically, Donna, you wouldn't tell a client that, I don't know. Do you tell them that you're fine? I mean, is there any graduation towards this process?
Let's say if your goal is that you want to I don't know, have better work-life balance. Okay, so what is your goal? So we'll work towards that.
Gotcha.
That specific goal.
We'll work towards that goal.
Mhm.
We'll have action items. You determine the level of energy. If it's too easy, you may not do it because it's so easy. If it's too hard, you may not do it. So you pick something that's a little edgy.
Right.
That you can do from week to week.
Mm.
And then, see, the thing is, life happens between. The coaching really happens between the calls.
Right. Oh, right.
Okay.
Right. Not that the magic isn't
Not the
on the call. The
Right.
magic is
It's between the calls. I got you.
the magic is you living in
That's why
implementation.
That's why I ask every week, so what are we going to work on? Because something might have happened.
Listen, if you just tuned in, I'm here with listen, Donna Jonas, and I want to say this right. She's a professional businesswoman coach. And if you need her services, we're going to post her information. And there are a lot of people,
Tons of
who
people.
could use this service. I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow, she got me thinking about some things.
I'm trying to. I might even have to ask her if she could.
I can coach men. I mean, I can coach anyone, but my passion is women, and I have coached men.
Yeah. So listen, if we're gonna post her information, if you need her assistants. Please look out. Once again, we're here with Donna Jonas, professional business woman, business coach. And listen, I've gotten a wealth of information.
Tons of information.
You know, she has me thinking. And so today is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And it's his birthday, or this is the day that we celebrate. I don't want to be too off, but I know we're celebrating his day today. And so, you know, I just wanted to go around the room and we can give some you know, some closing remarks as far as who Dr. King was and what he meant to us in our lives. So I'll start with you, Donna, then you, Jeff.
Yeah, it hasn't gone unnoticed to me what today is and what it represents, because I wouldn't be sitting here. I think the state of the world and the nation, particularly our nation, I am forever grateful for my brothers and sisters that came before me that were bold and didn't stand out. Because everything was designed for us to all fail.
Yes.
And for those of us that have been able to rise up from the ashes of despair and misery, we owe a lot of thanks and praise to our ancestors, the people who marched.
Yes.
I had an opportunity to meet Councilman Lewis when I was at a conference with my job, and it was such an honor to be with somebody who walked that bridge with Dr. King.
Yeah.
So wherever you are in your life, give thanks and praise to those before us, because without them we wouldn't be here.
No doubt.
I want to pick up by saying, you know, freedom, justice, equality. This man actually represented all of that, and if it wasn't for him, our voice wouldn't have been heard.
Right.
And that's as brief as I could be.
Right. And also, before we close, Donna, I just want you, because I don't want to forget this, I want you to let the audience know. And listen, whenever you have something going on, your family, you're welcome on the show. When we get to when we work things out and get in our studio where we can have call-ins, you can feel free to call in.
Yeah, you know what I would love to do is somebody call in and I can do a demonstrator coaching if there's somebody who is
that would have been a beautiful idea.
They can call in with a challenge, that something that's interfering with where they want to be in their life.
Right.
And if they're willing, I would love to coach them on your show.
Yeah, we would love. You know what? We're gonna have to set that up. For that would be nice. A nice kind of demonstration. Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't get too much people.
Yeah.
They'll take up the whole show.
High class problem.
So listen. So tell us how we can find out about you and how they can get in touch with you.
For women, if you are interested in signing up for a complimentary coaching session, just so that you can see what coaching is about and see if we'll fit, go to my website. It's Coach, real simple, my first and last name, CoachDonnaJonas.com. Jonas is like the brothers. Thank God for the brothers, because if I say Jonas, people still write Jones. CoachDonnaJonas.com, and my email is CoachDonnaJonas@gmail.com. This has been such an honor.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a pleasure.
I mean, y'all that are out there, these guys are so real and honest that I feel so relaxed. I was a little nervous, you know, between prayer and being in their presence. You guys have made me feel very welcome.
We appreciate that.
So thank you very much.
Yeah, we appreciate you
for your energy and your spirit.
Coming out to the show. We definitely appreciate it. And this is what this show is about. It's just about inspiring others. I'm sure there are people that's listening and viewers that's watching on our Facebook Live that will be very influenced by what your background is about, what you do, and how you actually came about. You know, this is good.
Yeah. You can take us through that portion now.
Yeah. In closing, I want to say, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at ConW Malik, and I'll spell it ConWMalik. Like us on Facebook, Conversations with Malik, and follow us on Twitter at ConW Malik. And I always want to say this: if any of the viewers or any of the listeners have anything interesting, something that they might want to share with us that could influence, and this is what we do, we influence each other on this show. This is what this show is about. Please reach us, email us at conwmalik@gmail.com. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Conversations with Malik.
Yeah, and I want to just give a couple shout outs to the businesses that help to fund this and make this possible. The Laugh and Learn Place, 22801 Merrick Boulevard, after school program, daycare, preschool, UPK program, and summer camp. Tracy and Malik's Bus Company, 23 years going strong. Grace of God, Cheese Bus Inc., Creative Stream after school program. And also, if you're looking for any custom dresses for women, you can check out my daughter Shavona on Instagram at dirtymonroe.com. And listen, so, my words for MLK is, and I kind of wrote this down, this kind of came to my heart and my spirit, that today is a day where we celebrate the life of a man who made the ultimate sacrifice by giving his life. He was willing and did die physically so that he could live forever. Today is a day not only to reflect on his life, but on our own journeys. Are we willing to die spiritually so the new us can live eternally? And that's kind of what I take from Martin Luther King and his legacy, and the legacy of everybody around him, and just people who, our ancestors who made it so that we can be in the positions we're in. That, am I willing to give up the old Malik? That's the challenge. So that the new Malik could live. Because known bondage oftentimes is preferred over unknown freedom. And so this is what this show is about. We want to be free. We want to be successful. And I encourage everybody to embrace the new you. Peace and blessings.
Conversations with Malik.
Bye-bye.